MilwaukeeLDogg, we got Holly Holm, round one. Let's see what's going to happen here. Small favorites, minus 125 for the preacher's daughter, as you just heard. These guys are both, these females are both the same height. It's kind of weird to see somebody just as tall as Holly Holm. They both are giving each other a lot of respect right now. Holly, doing Holly, finding her distance. Nobody has thrown a single strike yet, which is fine because you got to fill yourself out. Holly Holm with a lower leg kick. Yeah, it's just crazy to see how kind of the same size they are. It's weird. This is the first round with a 409 left at this bantamweight event, bantamweight main event. Holly Holm not really pushing the pressure. Holly Holm got that bouncy approach right now, as she always had. Real bouncy. Holly Holm fires with the 1-2. Doesn't really connect with it. They're both really stoic right now, really filling each other out right now. We're in a filling out process. If you don't know anything about the filling out process, go to MilwaukeeLDogg.com. That's MilwaukeeLDogg.com. Actually, that's MilwaukeeLDogg. Yeah, I said D-O-double-G. You heard it twice now. MilwaukeeLDogg.com. If you don't know nothing about that, you're going to find out about it. Go to the website. Aldana takes two hard strikes from Holly Holm. Hard, nasty strikes. Holly Holm keeping Aldana away from her. Beautiful fashion. She got her hands in the air. You can tell she changed to John Jones. Remember, they used to have to tell John Jones to always raise your fingers in the air. Your fingers have to be toward the sky, not the eye. Holly Holm keeping that right hand out there. A la John Jones, like I said. Holly Holm circling. Aldana, instead of cutting her off, she's chasing her right now. When you got a fighter circling, or running, whatever you want to call it, you want to cut them off. You don't want to chase them. Aldana has the issue or the problem with chasing Holly Holm right now. You shouldn't be chasing somebody. You need to cut them off and let your shots off. We got 2:05 to go here in the first round. Holly Holm with a nice cross. Holly Holm with the leg kick. Holly Holm with that TK to the leg. It's a classic Winklejohn camp maneuver. Aldana hasn't really opened up yet. It looks like she's just kind of thinking about the moment instead of being in the moment. I'm not sure. I'm not in the cage with her, but being in that position before, I know there's two things that can happen. You can either be in the moment or you can be out of the moment thinking about the moment. And right now, to me, in the first round, Aldana looks like she's out of the moment thinking about the moment. Maybe in round two, she can get in the moment and think about the moment and be the moment. All right, we got 1 minute to go. Not a lot of action in the first round. Holly Holm still being dominant, very dominant. Aldana almost seems as if she is kind of, I'm not sure what do you want to call it, but she's kind of like mesmerized that she's in there with Holly Holm, and she's not really giving herself a chance to be whatever the true her is. I'm not sure what it is. I've never seen her fight before. I've seen her highlights. Her highlights look pretty beastie. Right now, Holly Holm has her against the fence, and it looks brutal. Holly Holm has a great, fence tactics. She can work off the fence excellent. We got 19 seconds left in the first round, and Holly Holm is being more dominant than I've ever seen her be. And that was a lie, because she's always dominant. Holly Holm with a takedown, followed with strikes. Holly Holm's going to finish the first round in the on the ground. There we go. Holly Holm won that round. Once again, Holly Holm does what she does. We'll be back for that second round, see what happens. And we're back with round number 2 with Holly Holm and Aldana. Aldana trying to come out a little bit more aggressive than the last time. Just started off with a lower leg kick to Holly Holm. They both are taking them almost the identical stance. Aldana lands a straight right to Holly Holm's face. I didn't expect that to happen, and I don't think Holly did either. But regardless, they're still fighting. Holly Holm is on her bicycle right now. Aldana still chasing her. Hasn't learned her lesson yet about cutting her off yet, and that'll come with time with some fighters, depending on what camp you're at. And I know if you're at Pura Vida, MMA, and BJJ, you're definitely going to learn how to do that. But regardless, we got a lot of respect going on right now. It's a filling out process. Holly Holm is not allowing her to get close at all. And when she does, she strikes. She strikes like a python or some form of slithery little snake. And anything could happen right now. Anything could happen. But Aldana, like I said, she doesn't seem to be in the moment. She seems to be thinking about the fact that she is in the moment, instead of being, within the moment and taking charge of that moment and not thinking about it. You can think about it after the moment is over, but it's a natural thing. Some people start thinking about the fight while they're in the fight instead of fighting. I mean, she's coming forward, but it's only after she's hit with a barrage of punches. So we only can see where this goes. We're in the second round here. 3:04 to go. Holly Holm being dominant. Holly Holm putting that right arm out, keeping that distance. Wingo John status like. Fingers in the air, not in the eye. So essentially, Holly Holm is basically making it so Aldana cannot even come into striking distance with her, and Aldana doesn't have an answer for it at this point. Doesn't have an answer for it. And we're in the second round with 2:31 to go. Holly Holm with a barrage of punches in classic fashion, at least a 4-punch combination, beautifully. Holly Holm goes with the level change, doesn't get the takedown. But once again, Aldana is just watching. Aldana is not throwing any punches. She's not really being active. She just threw a low kick. Holly Holm pushes Aldana against the fence. Holly Holm, once again, when she gets you on the fence, when she gets most people on the fence, they usually stay there as long as she wants them to. Her activity while she has you on the fence, that's that question. Or that can be in the air. But she seems to be taking people to the fence and, transitioning them to the takedown. And classically wrapping the arm up Habib style, which everybody and their mama seems to be doing now, is wrapping up that arm or weaving the arm through and, administering strikes with your free hand. Holly right now has the top position, full mount. Actually, she's in her guard. She's in Aldana's guard now, trying to cross the guard fully. About 60% across the guard. And we definitely are still in guard. Holly Holm on top, in guard, head down, not making any strikes. Aldana from the bottom, trying to administer a few strikes from the bottom. But most people know that are seasoned in MMA that strikes from the bottom aren't really that efficient. Aldana trying to get up, she just put Holly Holm off her. Aldana on the ground, Holly Holm is standing up. Holly Holm, if she's Holly Holm, she's going to get some kicks, 2 kicks to the legs on the way up. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see where this goes. Nobody knows. All right, it's the end of the second. We got 30 seconds left. Holly Holm circling. Aldana doing the wrong thing once again. No disrespect to the fighter, but she is chasing Holly Holm instead of cutting her off. We're going to see where this goes. Holly Holly Holm, still on that bicycle, Well, like I said, this is classic Holly Holm. We've never seen her do anything else, but she's great at what she does, and I believe she's one of the best women's fighters in the UFC, if not the best women's fighter in the UFC. Into the second round, it's Roy MilwaukeeLDogg, MilwaukeeLDogg.com. That's Milwaukee, the letter L, DOGG.com. Go there, be square. I'll be back for round 3. Ugh. We're back for round 3. Holly Holm and Aldana. Aldana started off with a low kick just like the second round. But once again, the sense of urgency on Aldana's side just doesn't seem to be there. She seems to be, maybe, standing her ground, as Paul Felder just said, but she's really not striking back. She's a proverbial punching bag at this point. I can see a future in her evolving into a great MMA fighter, but right now I don't think she's on maybe the level of a Holly Holm. And one of the things, whether you're new or whether you're an old fighter, you're going to have to fight once you get in there. And if you're not fighting, you're probably getting beat up or you're losing. And right now, it's both for Aldana. She's getting beat up, she's losing. So, maybe her coaches are going to talk something into her soon. Maybe they won't. We don't know. But at this point, it's getting crazy. Boom. Holly Holm takes an uppercut from Aldana. Holly Holm went for that low kick, and Aldana took advantage of it and gave her an uppercut. It was pretty nasty, but pretty classy at the same time. Holly Holm going for that takedown, gets the takedown. Holly Holm gets the takedown. Holly Holm trying to pass the guard or get full mount, but knowing Holly Holm, she wants to pass that guard. Holly Holm doing the classic, Habib, as I said, wrapping up the arm, or trying to wrap up the arm. Oh. Holly Holm still with side control. Holly Holm with some strikes to the face. Holly Holm with a dominant side control position, dominating this round, just like the last 2 rounds. Holly Holm going for the armbar for a second there. She let it go. All right, we got Aldana on the bottom still. Holly Holm is still doing work on top. Not really able to get off any strikes right now. She seems to be just going with the flow. And, she gets a few body shots in there right now. But nothing that really, nothing we really need power on. Holly Holm just got full mount right now. Full mount, everything can change at full mount. We got Aldana on the bottom covering up. Holly Holm taking it home. Holly Holm with just a bundle of punches right now and elbows. Punches and elbows from Holly Holm. Holly Holm wants to finish this fight, but she just stopped. I don't know. She changed her mind. She's a veteran fighter, so she's not going to gas herself out. And I think most young fighters would have gassed themselves out at that point. You got full mount, and you hear, well, no, she doesn't hear crowd because the crowd not there via coronavirus. So, the crowd didn't play into her wanting to do things that she probably shouldn't do. So right now, Holly Holm is thinking beautifully. She's moving beautifully. Right now, hammer fist from Holly Holm. Holly Holm makes her way up with another barrage of punches towards Aldana. Puts her right back to the fence. Holly Holm is putting on a hell of a performance tonight. But win, lose, draw, this is going to make Aldana a better fighter. It's going to, maybe make her join Holly Holm's gym. I don't know. But at this point, we're 3 rounds into a 5-round fight, and she's been a punching bag. Holly Holm with another straight to the face. But something tells me that both of these fighters, although they're great fighters and put on a great fight, they're not putting, they know they got 5 rounds ahead of them, so they're not going to put power into all of their punches. So nobody really has any damage that's showing. Nobody's bleeding. Nobody is swelling. But Holly Holm is making sure she keeps that hand out there, John Jones style, Jackson Wink style, hands to the sky, nod in the eye style, and just kind of mellifying everything that Aldana has for her. Aldana can't come in to throw any strikes. She's not letting her get close to throw a strike. You know, and once again, Aldana's spending the whole fight following Holly Holm. You need to cut your opponent off. Holly Holm with a 3-punch combination, even with a kick, beautifully. Aldana chasing her once again. She's going to grow from this. She's definitely going to grow from this, and she's going to know from this. It's your boy MilwaukeeLDogg. We just ended the 3rd round. I'm going to holler at you at round 4. Go to MilwaukeeLDogg.com if you haven't already. That's Milwaukee, the letter LDOGG. That's 2 G's.com. I'll see you later. And boom, boom, bow. We're back for the 4th round with Holly Holm versus Aldana. Holly Holm with a quick jab to the face. 2 jabs, Aldana's face. She's going to remember that taste, I'm telling you. Holly Holm keeping her off with that T-kick to the stomach. Nice overhand left by Holly Holm. Holly Holm with a 2-punch combination. Looking beautiful out there. Boom, low leg kick to Aldana's leg. Holly Holm is just, the movement is literally just making Aldana seemingly want to just give up. It looks like she's lit. I haven't seen any strikes that connected from Aldana. Aldana just seems to be a part of the experience, but we have to give her credit because she's made it to the 4th round with Holly Holm. And that's not easy to do. A lot of people would have been knocked out already. A lot of people would have been, backstage thinking about the way they lost already. But here she is fighting Holly Holm for the first time that I believe in the 4th round. And, hey, although she's not throwing many strikes and although she's not being active and although she probably won't get a big fight like this again for a while, she will learn from this fight and she will grow from this fight. And we will know her from this fight. So, she's going to gain fans, she's going to gain knowledge, and hopefully she can gain a W down the line somewhere. Oh, nice punch by Aldana. Okay, she got one nice hook in there. Holly Holm keeps her away with that, what is that called? Like that side kick. Let's call it a side T-kick. Anybody out there, I know what it is on a normal basis, but if you know what it is, put it in the comment section. All right, Holly Holm staying on the bicycle. And for those of you that are not seasoned with MMA, staying on the bicycle means you keep moving. You're not running. You're being elusive. You're making it hard for your opponent to punch you. You don't want to just stand there in front of your opponent unless, I don't know, you like getting punched. Or kicked. Holly Holm with a beautiful inside low kick. So Aldana tries to return with the low kick, but I think Holly Holm is going to give her a lesson right now. Holly gets a little temperamental when you do things like that, as she just did with the whole kickback thing. Yeah, there we go, a takedown, giant try. Holly went for that giant takedown. She didn't get the takedown, but she got her up against the fence right now. She's up against the fence, and Holly, with you up against the fence, she's going to transition to the takedown as she does all the time, and she's going to wrap that arm up. Going to go try to wrap that arm up and get some punches in. You know what I mean? And she want to isolate that right arm or the left arm. Right now, she's isolating the left arm. All right, Holly Holm on top, trying to pass the guard of Aldana. Holly Holm up on her feet, throwing strikes to Aldana's thighs on the ground. Aldana makes it to her feet, takes 2 punches from Holly Holm. Holly Holm backs up. Nice on the feet, stand on her toes. Holly Holm putting on her clinic right now at this point. But this is the UFC. Anything can happen. This is the 4th round. We got 1:30 to go. And nobody knows what's going to happen. Oh, Holly Holm with a high kick. Catches her with the toes. Right on the nose. Aldana still kind of, she's there. She's there right now. I can say that. She has heart. And she hasn't been finished. So you have to give credit where credit is due. She hasn't been finished, but, she hasn't threw any strikes. She has a lot of heart. And I think with more knowledge and more just more fights or more experience with high level fighters, she's going to be one of the top female bantamweights that the UFC has. But as of now, in the 4th round in the UFC, she's being beaten pretty bad. But like I said, I don't think Holly Holm was putting all the power that she could put on these strikes because there's no blood, there's no visible swelling. It's maybe a little bit of redness, But Holly Holm not wasting her energy. We got 17 seconds left in the 4th round. Holly Holm just walking through this fight, literally. But she can't get too comfortable because this is the UFC and anything can happen. Holly Holm connects with a 1-2. Nice side kick, keeping her away. If she doesn't put the hand out, she puts the foot out, or she put her foot out. Either way, she's keeping you away from her and controlling the distance. If Holly Holm controls the distance, she controls the fight. It's your boy MilwaukeeLDogg. Go to MilwaukeeLDogg.com. That's Milwaukee, the letter L, the letter D, the letter O, the letter G, and the letter G.com. MilwaukeeLDogg.com. And have some fun, man. Get yourself something there. Check out the blogs. Check out the exclusive video. It's just crazy. We got Holly Holm and Aldana going at it. Holly Holm is dominating. I will see you in the 5th and final round. Ugh. Hey, we're back with the 5th round. Holly Holm and Aldana. Holly Holm putting on a dominant performance. But if you want to say who drew first blood, I'm going to have to say Aldana somehow. Or maybe Holly hit herself or something like that. But Holly has one of her nostrils leaking blood right now. It doesn't mean anything. I know we do judge in the UFC on significant damage, but that bloody nose, she might have sneezed too hard or something because I haven't seen any strikes landed from Aldana. Once again, no disrespect to Aldana and her camp, but I'm just calling how I see it. Nice kick from Aldana. Holly Holm returns with the T-kick. Yeah, it just seems like one of those things where there's levels to this thing in this sport. We all know there's levels, and Aldana doesn't seem to be at the Holly Holm level, and but at the same time, she's going 5 rounds. But we got 350 to go left in the 5th round, the 5th and final round. So if anything, Aldana has the heart of a lion because she's going 5 rounds with the former champion. You know what I mean? And not just a former champion, a former boxer, a former elite boxer at that, a former elite kickboxer at that. You go 5 rounds with a former elite kickboxer, a former elite boxer, and a former champion MMA fighter. Listen, nobody can say anything to you because half of the people in the world wouldn't do it. So although Aldana is losing clearly right now, this is the UFC, and she can pull something out of her hat. I don't see it happening, but my guesses aren't always right. But right now, Holly Holm is controlling the fight completely. Anytime Aldana gets close to her, she's giving her the T-kick or the side kick, keeping her at bay with that side kick to the chest or to the abdominal area. Holly Holm with a 2-piece combination. Holly Holm still with that right nostril leaking with blood. Holly Holm on the bicycle. I'm not even going to call it the bicycle no more. Let's call it the Holly Holm because Holly Holm fights like this, and if you're a smart fighter, you will fight like this. You're gonna stay moving, looking for angles, looking for different ways to get your opponent in a bad position, to get him touched up a little bit. The easiest way to get a guy touched up, So we got Holly Holm once again. Nobody has threw anything really crazy. Holly Holm with a 3-punch combination right there. Holly Holm with a Superman punch connects. Holly Holm with a side kick to the abdomen area like she does all the time. Interesting fight. Holly Holm is just being Holly Holm. And Aldana is growing in front of our eyes right now. She'll go home. She'll watch this fight. She'll read the comments from the internet. And she'll get the feedback from her coaches. And I bet you $10 to a bucket of bubble gum that she's going to come out for her next fight, a completely different fighter. Holly Holm goes for the takedown.